Hello, vinyl community. How are we doing this week? It's Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys are all getting ready to go out of town or have a barbecue or do something fun. I know I'm planning on it. No beers tonight because, yeah, tomorrow I got a bunch of people coming over. So thought I'd throw out a quick video. And since it's a 3-day weekend, let's talk about three-piece bands. I know I've already done a trios thing or whatever, but you know what? I don't care. It's my channel. I'll do what I want, right? I'm just going to show some records that I think this is a good idea. It's a three-piece band, three-piece weekend, 3-day weekend, however you want to call it. So we'll start off with Cream. This is Heavy Cream. This is a, oh, good Lord. It's a double record set. And it's got pretty much everything you could want on it. This is real. I mean, it's Cream. What can you say? Nothing else about it. So, all right. Also, Blue Cheer, Vinge Bus Eruptum. In my opinion, one of the first heavy metal albums. It's definitely got a heavy metal sound. Lyrically, it may not be metal. You know, Black Sabbath kind of starts metal. I think it's more about lyrics, but the sound, in my opinion, comes from this. This is just great, hard, heavy, dark sounding music. I love this record, always have. Yeah, trio, power trio. Considered one of the, kind of one of the first power trios, maybe. I don't know. But man, what a fucking killer band these guys are. This is a great album. Overall, band-wise, I mean, this is the album, and I don't really know anything else, but I love this record so much. So, must for any heavy music collector. All right, here's another one that's three-piece, Beastie Boys, License to Ill. It's on a clear vinyl. See, it's pretty cool. It's got some cool songs on it. I'm not a huge fan. This is something my son had bought. He thinks they're awesome, so it's in the collection. Beastie Boys, it's got Fight for Your Right to Party on it, so that's good enough for me. All right, another band. Sorry, my stack is falling over here. The Police. Synchronicity, peak of the Police, their most popular album, the highest popularity, and then they just decide that's enough. But this is a killer record. I love all the Police albums. They're a great band, and I mean, great songwriters, just really cool stuff. And Stuart Copeland, there's something about the way that guy plays the drums, man. I do not think he gets I've said it multiple times, he does not get the appreciation he deserves. Another trio that really kicks ass. We're Motorhead, and we play rock and roll. This is Bomber. As you can see, nice little Japanese press on here. It's got the cool bronze label on the back. This is a killer record. Motorhead Bomber. Rush, Permanent Waves, right? Yeah, Permanent Waves. I only own a few Rush albums. Rush is a little progressive, a little proggy for my taste, but this is good. I have this and a couple more. I know I don't own 2112. I have Permanent Waves and Moving Pictures, and I think that's it. So maybe I need to get more Rush. They're both great records. This is a great record. I guess I have to be in the mood for Rush, but you got to give it to these guys. One of the greatest drummers in rock music, in the history of rock music. And Geddy Lee playing the bass and the keyboards. I've seen them live like 3 times back in the early 90s. And to watch Geddy do both and keep up with singing and hitting the keyboard when he needs to hit the keyboard and play the bass when he needs to hit the bass was an amazing thing to watch. What a talent. ZZ Top Afterburner. ZZ Top, this is sort of their MTV era. This one's got Sleeping Bag on it. Velcro Fly, those are the two, and Delirious, those are the big hits off of this record. This is the one right after Eliminator, which is probably their biggest record of all time. Once again, the same thing with ZZ Top. I remember the first time I saw ZZ Top, it was on the Recycler tour, and I was blown away by how good those three guys were. Just unbelievable stuff. So this is a really good record. I really like Eliminator. That's the only ZZ Top I have. I keep seeing, Fandango and all these other ones in the record store. I've just never picked them up. So maybe I should. Let me know what you think. Primus, Frizzle Fry, another great trio that really kicks ass. And Les Claypool might be the best bass player to ever play the bass, in my opinion. Just something, he does something that nobody else does. He's, just makes a sound that nobody else has. It's just the way he plays. He's so badass. Seen him live too. Tremendous. I remember watching him live in a festival one time. He breaks a string, doesn't miss a beat, just keeps right on playing until the song's over. Then they come out and hand him a different bass and go restring his bass. He didn't even miss a beat. It was amazing. And they were just killer. What a killer band. I actually saw Primus at a festival one time with Cake, and I've told the story about Cake walking off the stage and being a bunch of dicks. And Primus saved the night, because I think if Primus wasn't the headliner that day and if Cake would have done that and they were the headliner, it may have caused a riot. So Primus, Les Claypool, great. All right. Jimi Hendrix, Are You Experienced? The Jimi Hendrix Experience. What can be said about Hendrix and the Experience that hasn't probably already been said on the vinyl community channels 1,000 times. This is a great record. Jimi Hendrix, the guitar god. Anybody will agree with that, I would assume. So, all right, another band that I didn't actually even realize was a trio until just recently, James Gang Rides Again. This has got Funk 49 on it, and the Bomber, and just look how cool these guys were, man. Just Joe Walsh, and man, this is a great album. This is a killer band, and I really should get more. Honestly, this is a great one. James Gang Rides Again, and one more, Nirvana In Utero. This is another album my son picked up, and this is a really good record. I think this is better than Nevermind, in my opinion. It's got really cool songs on it. And, I wasn't a huge fan of Nirvana. It's still not really. I mean, this is a great record, though. But I wasn't really into that era of music, that style, what they called grunge, other than Alice in Chains, I mean, I like a couple of Pearl Jam songs and a few Soundgarden, not the first Soundgarden album. Bad Motorfinger is a great record. But we're talking about trios today. So Nirvana In Utero, my son picked this up. He says this is their best album, and I'll have to agree with him on that. So that's all I pulled out for today. I just wanted to throw something out. I didn't get anything done last week, and I kind of felt bad about it, but then I was talking to Emma from 8 Vinyl Low, and she says, hey, you don't owe anybody anything. You can do whatever the hell you want with your channel. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to push it. So that's why there wasn't an episode last weekend. So, but I wanted to throw something out real quick. I've been really busy getting ready for the holiday weekend, getting off work today, going out, going shopping. I just got home. I did go to the record store today. Plus more records came in the mail, but that's probably for next week. It'll be the end of the month, show you guys what I picked up for the month. So I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare or to rush through or whatever. And I'm thinking 3-day weekend, 3-piece bands. What better way to do it? So I hope you guys enjoy all that music. Tell me what you think. Who are your favorites out of these guys? I mean, I'd have to say, out of all the ones I showed, my favorite is probably to listen to, out of all those albums, my favorite one's probably Vinge Bus Eruptum by Blue Cheer. My favorite band out of that group, I'd probably have to go with The Police out of those bands. I mean, I know Cream has killer music and everything else, and just for what they are, but, The Police, there's something about them. I could listen to any one of their records. Cream didn't have a ton of output. They didn't do a whole lot. Same with Jimi Hendrix. Primus is great, but some of their stuff is a little odd, so I can't get into everything they've done. So yeah, I would have to say probably my favorite band out of those bands, especially even though they didn't have a long career either, I'd have to go with the Police. So let me know what you guys think down below. Thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys probably next week. Maybe I'll jump on a thread. I saw a thread going around a little bit. We'll see what happens, but that's it for tonight. Happy Friday, happy Memorial Day for all of those of you in the United States who celebrate and get a nice long weekend. For those of you who work in the service industry or other things, sucks. Sorry you don't get a 3-day weekend. You probably have to work. Those of us who don't, we get a 3-day weekend. I'm going to enjoy myself. Like I said, barbecue tomorrow, family, friends. It's going to be a good time. I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you all later, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.